I have no idea what matchup this is as well. Because
So they're
this.
telling you to hide the
Oh, the
replay.
replay bar. Yes, I forgot
Right.
about that. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so this time we have a ZVT. Spawning on the top right is our Zerg player, George. I see pretty good split right here. And spawning out bottom left is our white Terran player. It's yellow Terran, so I'm sorry. I'm colorblind, apparently. This time they actually have the names correct, so I'm glad about that. No confusion.
Right.
So this is Circuit Breaker. Um, Pretty standard map. I say this is one of the maps where modern. Oh, by the way, there's a idle drone from Zerg. That's gonna set him back.
Yeah, I had that. I've had that a couple of times. I think where you think you
You
clicked on the
clicked on the
mineral
mineral patch, but you
patch.
clicked on like a spot before the
Yeah.
mineral patch, and it just you never realize it because you're too busy spamming your overlord. Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Yeah. It's a bit unfortunate. I wonder if he's going to notice this.
It doesn't seem to be affecting him, but he should know that he's like not having enough minerals for stuff soon.
Yeah, I think he's just so confident over his opponent that he can not mine with one drone.
Yeah. Just giving him a handicap.
Yeah. Okay, so Terran's opening up with looks pretty standard, except for the placement of the barracks, which is a bit was a bit weird when you consider that the ramp is all the way up there.
Oh right. Maybe he's just like really paranoid about like meter harass later in the game, so it doesn't make sense because you want your barracks near a ramp.
I was thinking with this position, you might be going for a one racks tech build, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
We don't see a gas yet though, so
Yeah, I
he's
was
saving
thinking
up
that.
minerals. He's not making a second barracks. This is definitely an expansion build.
Right, so it's going to be pretty standard from him.
Oh, and it looks like Zerg finally discovered his idle drone. That the strike's over. He's finally making a pool.
I believe Zerg also went for a 13 spawning pool, which is a more economical build than the standard 12 hatch 11 pool.
Um, that's what a lot of people do these days as well. I personally do 12 because right, you're safe against most supply first Terran build. And if Terran goes 8 racks, bunker rush or anything like that, you're basically making drones anyway. So you're gonna be fighting with drones anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a need for the quick Zerglings. And I don't know what's going on with Zerg because Zerg is down to 10. I didn't see a gas, so it looks like he missed a cycle with the lava there.
So he messed up his build just a little bit. After a 13 pool, you want to drone up to
Right,
13 again,
right.
which you
Before you
do
make your hatchery.
before you make your third hatchery, right?
Right, we see in the gas from Terran, pretty standard. I think eBay should be going down soon. I think eBay usually goes down before gas though. I'm not sure. I'm not a Terran player.
Yeah, eBay would have been up already if he were going for +1 5 racks. But
I'm not
he's
seeing a lot
also
of
not.
Marines.
Sorry.
Did he miss a Marine cycle? Because I'm not seeing a lot of Marines at this point. Because if I remember correctly, once pool completes, once Zergling gets to the base, Terran should have at least 4 Marines, right? Or 5 Marines.
It depends. Sometimes you can cut Marines if you scout that Zerg went for hatchery first.
We're still not seeing any tech from Terran, so he's putting down a bunker. Do we see 6lings?
I
We only see
see.
2 Zerglings. He saw 2 Zerglings.
Yeah. So in this scenario where your scout dies really early, I think it's always worth it just to send out another SCV just to recheck things.
Right. Because once the SCV dies, the SCV, unlike probe and drones, don't actually regenerate health. So
Mm.
those free hits you got off the Zerglings, it's gonna be lost forever. I mean that's one of the disadvantage of having it as a worker that has 60 HP, and I mean I usually complain about how overpowered they are, but that's one of their disadvantages. They can't regenerate. You can't keep them alive forever like a probe. Here's Zerg probing around for any information. He's not gonna see much.
Yeah. So Terran actually did send out another SCV. It's idling at the Zerg's natural right now.
Right.
I'm hoping he takes it into the Zerg base so he can see that. Looks like George is going for a 3-hatch Spire play. It's pretty standard stuff.
Yep.
Well, looks like Terran tried to do a +1 5-rax, but he's only now just starting his weapons upgrade.
And no Academy, I swear. Academy, like, two more racks before Academy? Did I miss where he built his Academy?
No, I think he might have forgotten.
Oh, that could be trouble right there.
Yeah, Marines by themselves actually
No
don't
rage
do
and
that
no
well.
stim, no medics.
Yeah.
And he has a bunch of idle SCVs for some reason.
He's just paying George back the favor.
Yeah, one drone for like 6 SCVs, but I guess
Yeah.
it's like inflation, right? Because like interest goes up, right? Because this is already like 6 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. So the academy is finally starting here.
You must be. You must have like been like panicking by now. Realizing he didn't build an academy.
Yeah, that's really gonna hurt him.
You would need
and he's actually pushing across the map with like 10 Marines. It's just really strange. Like a round of speedlings could just take this entire force out.
Yeah, but Zerg just making creep colonies. No speedlings at all.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not paying attention to his Marines.
Oh. Looks like he has his Marines on move instead of attack move.
And these 2 Marines are sneaking in. And they're not really sneaking in. They're just Okay.
Yeah. Really strange.
I think it's just a
I
mistake.
think Zerg
There's
also
no way
overreacted a little bit.
Yeah, like 4 seconds for like maybe. I mean, if you play GVT enough, you get paranoid of just how strong Marines are at this point. And you know, you don't get to see the main. You don't know if it's 2 racks a cat or 5 racks, right? I always try to sneak Zerglings into the main to see if I can see anything.
Yeah, it's always a good idea just to check. You can also usually see if the comstat is up at the natural.
Right.
Sometimes that gives away what build it is.
Oh, like a super early comstat is a 2 racks a cat build.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Oh, but he's fine. He just completed these turrets. That's not.
That was really good timing on those turrets, though. They completed right.
Yeah, but these are in a really bad position. These mutas can just pick them off, and they can't see over the ledge. You don't typically see Terran build turrets like this anymore. I don't think they ever did. You usually want to build it like behind the gas, so that the mutas have to commit a little more to keep the turrets.
Yeah, I'm not sure when it started, but I only remember seeing Flash do it. He builds turrets sort of below the gas here.
Right.
Yeah, so it kind of forces the mutas, to come over the cliff, where they can be seen and be shot at.
Whereas if they're on the edge like this, the mutas, they don't see the mutas until the mutas get into range, basically.
Right.
And the Marines are not backing them up. Yeah, this is doing a lot of work. This is the harass right here. The dirt base going up for the Zerg, standard timing, and Queen's Nest and Hydra Lurker complete aspect is completing.
Yeah, so far
these Marines on the side can get picked off really easily right now.
Ooh, yeah. Definitely don't want to keep your Marines by the cliff there.
Right, same concept here, right? They can't see the meters until they cross over. And I don't see. We just saw the second comsat come down, so both comsat just started going down. So these mutas are just completely unchecked right now.
Right. Usually Terrans will scan above the cliff to try to see the mutas so they can get the shots off. Yeah, but here the Terrans basically playing blind.
And he's gonna need to save those comsat for those energy for the lurkers that eventually comes.
Yeah, that's right. Very clean build from George so far, going into Hive Tech right now.
Yep, you want to do it around the 930 mark, the Hive Tech. After your dirt comes down, this is a really clean build.
Yeah.
So +1 is
You
done for Terran. I don't see a lot of Marines, unfortunately. He must have missed a few cycle by now. At this point. Usually you see a +1 5 rack. You see a scary amount of Marines in the mid game.
Yeah, so actually, if you look at Terran's barracks, he's not actually rallied all of them to his.
Okay, yeah. So that's where the Marines are, but there's only one turret guarding it and no Marines, so they're in trouble.
Yeah, it looks like those mutas are firing at the barracks instead
yeah.
of the turret. Ooh, that's gonna take a lot of damage.
And he actually delayed to kill 2 SCV building a depot. This is really annoying for Terran right now. I don't know why he built a depots there. I guess
his base layout is a bit odd.
So,
normally you would want barracks near the ramp.
Right, where the barracks are right now should be where depots are, right? And
yeah.
The barracks should be where the ramp near the ramp is. This whole empty space right here. Yeah, this is really weird.
Yeah, when you build so close to the edge of the base here, it makes it harder for your Marines to maneuver. Also gives you less space to build turrets. So actually it works against you.
The father mod's going up for the Zerg. I think hebina is not long for this world. I hope he proves me wrong. I mean, I'll be happy if he proves me wrong, but I don't see a lot of anything right now. I don't see tech. There's no starport, basically.
Yeah, it looks like he's still afraid of the Mutalisk. He's building more turrets at his natural and his main.
I mean, those mutas were doing work. They were going into the main and picking up stuff off. I mean, he didn't pay attention to it, but this Terran just doesn't have a lot of stuff to hold him off. He has one bunker as well, by the way. If Zerg chooses to delay his hive and just go like straight lurker bust, he could actually kill this Terran a while ago.
Yeah, but it looks like he's opting to play a bit more safely and just get his macro going, which is very, very smooth, going very smoothly. Right. He's adding another 2 hatcheries at his third base.
Right, and he's got Nidus, so and 3 lurkers on top of the ramp. Does Zerg know what he's doing?
Yeah, Zerg definitely knows what he's doing. Consume is almost finished, meanwhile Terran doesn't even have a starport up yet. When the fighters are out, you want to have a vessel ready.
Yeah, that's not gonna do much. I mean, mines are useful. Don't get me wrong, mines are really strong against like lurker, even like Dock Swamp. When Dock Swamps are done, having vultures with mines just completely mess up any Zerg, like Zergling defiler push.
Right.
Yeah, he's building 2 starports now, but that he's gonna also need a science facility.
Yeah, these starports are very late. Usually, you want the first vessel out in time to irradiate the first defiler that comes out.
Oh, he better lay a lot of mines.
Yeah.
Is there a dirt command center? I would expect him to build a dirt command center already and float it out to the mineral only, but yeah, I don't understand what he's doing.
Yeah, looks like he's about to get supply blocked, so he's gonna need to start adding more supply depots. But the problem is with this, yeah, the problem is with his weird base layout. He's got to fit it in really strange ways.
Uses, and I think this is like 30% of the whole base's area that he's using right now. Like the entire 70% of it. Okay, maybe yeah, like he's using 70% of it right now, but like the entire 30% of it is not used.
Yeah, this is like a really weird game of StarCraft Tetris or something.
I think this guy's a Zerg player. How is
George actually? Sorry.
How is to explain the building placement? This guy must be a Zerg player.
Maybe we can ask him.
He's just like off racing to give his opponent a chance.
Well, maybe he's a guy who likes TVZ instead of CVZ.
Yeah. He doesn't know what it means to build. He doesn't know about supply buildings that cost space, basically, because he's probably a Zerg player.
Yeah.
Like we all Zerg players do. We just build Overlord and they fly.
Yeah, that's something I think Zerg players take for granted when they try other races on really weird maps. It's like, how do I fit all my buildings in this really weird base?
Oh, does Zerg see this? Catch this hidden expansion right here? No, he's it looks like he's just trying to run around and sneak his defiler into the Terran. But it's not like Terran's guarding the bridge intensely. I mean, yeah, you could have stuck this up the high ground as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's laying mine. He's being active. This is what you want to do as Terran, right? When the fighters are out, you want to be holding in front of the Zerg mains with mines and marines and stuff like that. Just so the fighter push wouldn't just come and kill you. You would just
Yeah,
die.
but he doesn't see the defiler's
Just
early
one
push at
minute,
the
right.
natural. He doesn't have any mines ready for this or any fire bats.
Right, because he did it too late. Zerg's already out of the map. There's no mines here. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, so fire bats are basically the only infantry unit that can hit under swarms. So
Doesn't even need lurkers. He's just going because there's no fire bats.
Yeah, this is really
it's
unfortunate.
1-1 crackling versus 1-1 marines. This is not good for Terran.
Yeah. And the Zerg is also already has an ultra stand up, so we might be seeing ultras soon.
He's coming back to his main, but giving up valuable area to the Zerg is something you don't want to do. And I get that he doesn't want to die right now, but I think for most Terran player, you'd rather just build more units in your main and just rally them out to defend.
Right.
Because you're just gonna die anyway if you move your units away from and let Zerg take the map back.
Well, I think I might be going 3 for 3 soon.
Yeah. But look at the supply right now. It's 63 to 145, so I don't think he has much. He has a lot of choices right regarding what he wants to do with his 68 supply of units.
Yeah, normally Terran's above supply, but when you see a reverse like this, Zerg, you can tell that Zerg is
this is
way
not like
ahead.
a slight reverse. This is like double supply.
Yeah.
He's floating a lot of minerals. We see a lot of dark barracks right now. Something that you can improve on is, I say, just work on macro.
Yeah, definitely. You want to add more barracks, especially when your minerals start climbing.
Right.
5 barracks isn't enough to spend your money, especially at lower levels.
I want to see a double engineering bay as well, but it looks like he wants to do a mech switch, so I guess you typically don't do double upgrade on those.
Yeah. But mech switch isn't really sustainable off of 2 bases here.
Yeah, he has 3. It's not mining, but and he's got a bunker not at the ramp, so.
Really strange, yeah. Really strange base placement.
We're gonna see Guardians, by the way. These mutas here.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely gonna be morphed into Guardians. Yep, that's a Great Aspire on his main.
So vessels are off for Terran, but he's not being proactive with them. Just.
Oh, he's gonna need them because those mutas are gonna be killing him.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Irradiate was actually researched.
I mean, we might not even see the game get to that point. Alright, these Zerglings are gonna just kill him, I think. Oh, sorry, Sigrun, you're kind of lagging a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like the game is just going to end here with the Guardians because I don't think the Terran's aware of this at all.
Yeah,
normally Terran will start pumping rage.
He's basically on like depth edge just from the Zerglings and the fighters, so he doesn't have.
Ooh, fine.
He doesn't have any spare attention to pay for Guardians right now. It is a Guardian.
Yeah, if you'll notice, his main comsat station is full energy. Something he should also work on in the future is using those scans to see what Zerg is up to.
That's a good point. We have like ultras here. Like Zerg's basically popping off and making every single unit in the game. Because he can kind of thing. He's finally discovered his hidden base on the bottom right.
Yeah, it wasn't really a base to speak of. There's only one SCV there.
Yeah. I think the only thing to see at this point is to wonder at this point. Oh no, GG. I was about to say the only thing I wonder is whether or not he GG or float buildings around the map, because this is something that you see Terran players kind of do often.
Yeah, maybe if he were raging or very angry about his loss.
I would be angry if a Zerg forgot about a drone and then like still beat me. But I don't think either player actually realized. I don't think he realizes that. So
Well, Terran gave back about six.
I would let him know though if I was a Zerg. I would be like, hey, did you know I only had 3 drones mining in the beginning?
Well, you don't want to tell them that because then you'll lift his buildings.
Oh, that's true. You make a good point. No, I'll tell him anyway. Alright, we're moving on to game 2. Very well played by the Zerg. Alright, let's go. This is Fighting Spirit. It looks like both series right now. Second game is on Fighting Spirit. I guess these are like the standard maps, and people are more comfortable with it right now. But if I lost the first game of Circuit Breaker, I have to be wondering though, like, do I really want to play this map again? Like, Circuit Breaker and Fighting Spirit, I just consider them pretty much the same map.
So I think a lot of players start learning on maps, on standard maps like Circuit Breaker and Fighting Spirit. So that's probably what they're most comfortable playing.
Which I don't blame them. I mean, I'm more comfortable playing them. A lot of players still are. Even like Relentless, he said that he's a FS only player, right?
Yeah.
And Relentless like tier 1.
Yeah, unless you're Kicks, most people like to play standard maps.
All right, let's not name drop any. Yeah, it's Kicks, the guy who
are you hiding
Polaris.
The replay progress bar?
Yep, sorry about that. Kicks is the guy who will pick Polaris in a TVP. So.
Yeah, Polaris is just a really wonderful map.
Yes. So we have cross position this time. I'm wondering if Zerg would get spooked out again if he sees Marines moving out.
I believe it was cross position last game.
Oh, it was last game. Yeah, you're right. So it's almost like the first series as well. It's a mirror. It's the same. This time is completely the same, and we see the same building placement from Terran.
It's actually a little better this time because the barracks are closer to the ramp. I was afraid he's going to build it like.
I don't think he knows where I don't think he actually like cares about where the ramp is. It's just how he placed the building, whichever map, like regardless, because this looks exactly the same. It's like on the bottom right of the CC, like last time.
I'm wondering if he's doing his barracks next to the depot because he's learned that from TVP or something.
So this Zerg's going for 13 drones again before pool. This tells me that the Zerg actually is really comfortable with macro games. Like he's really comfortable defending against any kind of bunker rush with just drones, because he's not gonna. Yeah, he's going full econ.
Yeah, he also has the Overlord by his natural hatchery to spot for any potential bunker rushes.
Right.
Although I would probably move it.
I'm questioning whether the Zerg should be tier 3 though, because he knows what he's doing. I'm gonna ask Python if this is a tier 3 game as well, but Terran might be. I don't see the Zerg being tier 3. He should be moving up to tier 2 soon, or tier 1 possibly. We haven't seen him play a tough game, a challenge by anyone, so I can't speak for his limit, his ceiling, but he's certainly his floor is definitely not tier 2, tier 3.
Yeah, judging from the last game alone, I would say he has a pretty solid grasp on the build and timings and everything. But like you said, it's also a bit different when you're under pressure from another player.
Right.
Whereas last game, the Terran didn't really pressure the Zerg.
He kind of did. He forced some sunken and then lost all his
minutes. Yeah, that was about the only time the Terran moved out.
That was also one of the big mistakes that Zerg made last game. That he could have capitalized on and did not because he forgot Academy. He's going fast gas again. I wonder what he's doing with fast gas.
Looks like Terran's doing a similar build as last game.
2 Zerglings again. So this is 4 Zerglings this time. I wonder if in this position as Zerg, right, would you play more aggressively if you know that you could just win easily that earlier in the game rather than drag it out like last time?
It really depends on George's playstyle. Some people like to be a bit more aggressive, but personally I like to just sit back and play a macro game most of the time.
I mean, I feel like it was unnecessarily dragged out last game though. He like went ultras and guardians and all that. He could have ended the game a lot sooner.
Yeah, it's harder to tell when you're actually in game when you don't
Right,
have perfect
that's
information
correct.
because the Terran army still looks scary even when you just see a part of it.
Alright, so we've seen an engineering bay this time. I wonder if he'll forget Academy. Last game he made 2 more barracks before the Academy.
Yeah, let's see if he does that again. Single Marine gets picked off by Zerglings.
Is Zerg gonna... Okay, yeah, he did. I was wondering if he was gonna put drones into Extractor.
So Terran's not putting down an Academy yet.
Now he is. So I guess this is just his preference. He likes to put down a second barracks before Academy.
You can do this.
Right.
Actually,
it just leads to a. I think it does lead to a stronger mid game, right? When Mutas come out.
Yeah, it lets you get out a bit more Marines. But the problem is that he's getting his gas so early, is that he's banked up so much gas right now. That's basically not going to be used. Because Stim and weapons upgrade are only 100 gas each.
Pretty nice wall by Terran. That supply depot is actually a really common thing you see on this map. Just because anything to reduce surface area for your Marines when you don't have a lot. I can see why he picks Fighting Spirit. He seems to know how to make a proper wall.
Yeah, so 5 racks coming out of turn while the Zerg is doing another 3-hatch mutaplay.
This is really nice to see that, you know, even low level players are trying to just copy the pros instead of just, you know, like some of the games, you know, like one game into Robo Observer Shuttle kind of thing. Like, I like to see this a lot more from players. And this time Zerg didn't overreact and make like 5 seconds, right? He learned from last game. This is 5 racks. This is not any kind of aggressive.
Well, Terran didn't try to push out this game.
Right. Well,
but yeah, generally,
he's not gonna lead regardless. I mean, like.
Yeah, generally against 5 racks, you don't need Sunkens until the first Marine push comes out. I mean, the first Marine and Medic push comes out.
Would you generally still make one though? I generally do make one anyway because.
I generally make 1 or 2 because sometimes the Terran army can try to backstab you while you're harassing them.
Yeah.
And if you don't have Sunkens, they can just easily destroy you.
Alright, we're seeing no turrets this time, even worse than the last time.
Ooh, yeah, he has turrets in the main, but none at the natural.
Yeah.
I think normally you want to have turrets up closer to the position which the mutas are traveling to your base. So in cross position, you probably want them around your natural first.
Right. Oh, good. I don't like right here, but he just realized he doesn't even need to micro because.
Yeah. Ooh, a bit of miss micro on those mutas. You don't want to engage a bunker with them.
Yeah, this is what you want to do as when Marines start chasing you, just run around and be annoying. You can actually pick up a bunch of Marines when they're running through these barracks. But he's taking a bit too much damage from the turrets.
Yeah, you don't really want to engage turrets, especially when the Marines are on your tail.
Yeah.
Third base going up.
Yep.
Hive
the
hasn't
third base was
yet.
actually going up for a while. The Terran actually scouted it with an STV. We're seeing 4 seconds now. Not sure he actually needs it, to be honest.
Yeah, but he's actually doing really well with these mutalisks. As those Marines left the main base, he came back and started harassing. So those Marines are now coming back to the main.
Right.
This is just what you want to do as Zerg. Kind of delay the Terran push. Make them run back and forth.
Terran's base layout this time game is just a lot better. Just swirls apart. You look at the barracks placement and then look at him building some supplies at the top. That's what you want to do it. Hive is going up at and pretty standard timing again. And he's got the lurkers. Well, against normal 5 racks, I think these lurkers actually consider late, right? Depending
Sorry,
on
what
how
did you
good, I think these lurkers actually consider late compared to if you're playing against normal 5 racks timing. Depending on how good you are with your meter micro and being able to hold off.
Yeah,
Marines,
that's true.
But generally, you won't be able to stop Marines from getting up there before this point. By this point, he's still doing work with those meters though. So.
Yeah, so again, this is just delaying the Terran from pushing out because he has to keep running back and forth to get rid of these mutalisks.
He can afford to as well because he's already got his dirt secure. There's no reason not to use mutas because once science vessels are out, they're pretty much obsolete. And he realized here there's really no turrets here. This guy is not tier 3. I'm sorry, but he's sandbagging. He probably sandbagged his way down here or lied about his MMR or something.
Yeah, I feel like this is a bit of a mismatch of skills from what I can see. But supply isn't that the supply difference isn't as drastic as it was last game so far.
Right, but
So
don't
hopefully,
forget that
yeah.
Zerg is hard teching, so at this point, I mean, being down in supply is normal for Zerg, right? Saucer just made like 5 buildings with his drones in the main, so like 3 buildings. I'm sorry, but having just Marines and medics does not help you at this point.
Yeah, I would like to see the Terran also get a starport up faster, because having a vessel along with that push makes it a lot stronger.
He's finally building turrets on his natural. After he built turrets on his supply points.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too late for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many mutas anymore anyway.
No,
looks like there's still quite a bit.
Yeah, I believe he rebuilt.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably having too much fun with these mutas. Really good micro.
Yeah, Vena Micro is very important to the TVZ matchup.
This turret here is also really badly placed again, just because of that ledge. I guess he just doesn't have a choice at this point.
Yeah, like we were saying last game, you generally want them sort of in a bit more.
So he's finally had Marines out on the map, and those Marines will pretty much die if they get found out. That's not a lot of Marines.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he intends to get done here. He can't push up the ramp with 3 lurkers, and George has another 3 lurkers.
Oh, are these whole lurkers here in the middle of the map? Why are they there?
I'm not sure. That would be pretty sweet.
They're not defending like his 4th or anything that he should be going up, but it's just like right there.
I think he might be trying to box the Terran in.
Yes, he could be waiting for the ball to ramp. No, he's not even doing that though.
Oh.
4 for 4.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, he scanned it, right? I don't know what's going on. I think he just went on a move command.
Yeah, it's Marine versus Lurker Micro. Usually you want to spread your Marines in an arc around the Lurkers. He kind of had them in a straight line.
Right.
So that basically just maximized Lurker's damage.
I think he actually meant to right-click on the Lurker, but misclicked and the Marines just started moving. Yeah, that explains why they're moving in a Congo line like that. Because if you put on an A move, right, or you spread them and then put on an A move, they shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he needs to scan that ledge basically, and also make some turrets behind the gas. I mean, I'm glad that he's actually playing this game. I hope that this doesn't discourage him or anything like that. But this is just Terran being outclassed.
Yeah, his barracks are idle for a very long time. You really need
doesn't have
those
a lot of
M&M on the
SCVs in
map.
the first place. He lost a bunch. He didn't replenish them either. Zerg
Yeah,
already
he's
has the
down
father
to.
again. I just don't understand. Like, I think this he's just kind of dragging the game out because he's having fun or something like that. Just harassing Marines instead of ending it. Or maybe he's just practicing his late game. Generally, you don't have a lot of You don't have a lot of chances to
Mm-hmm.
practice late game. So some players feel that you need to maximize your chance to do it.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to know when you can push in a Terran though, because even if you think you have an advantage, you can
After
instantly
seeing
lose
this
like your entire
like
army
three
to an
times, I think
M&M
this is
army.
the third time that happened. After that, and then after those muta harass, I'm pretty sure the game could be over. I mean, it wouldn't be any ambiguous whatsoever.
Right.
So he's making vultures again, and this time he's actually pushing out with them. That's what I would like to see. And except I would like to see it much earlier, right? You would want to pretty much mine out any path the Zerg can take into your base with mines to delay any kind of defiler push.
Yeah, and I also don't like how he's putting his marines basically on directly on top of the mines. That's just
Right.
asking for the mines to blow up his marines.
And we also seeing a defiler push at the 9 o'clock. So
Oh,
this
so this
this is one of
kind
his
of what happened last game.
right. He really likes to take this like sneaky defiler.
Yeah, normally Terran would already have his third up there.
Maybe he's just trying to land it. Yeah, it's coming again.
Yeah, so again, oh my god, I was about to say Terran has no fire bats, but he's lifted his barracks. So he's not even going to be able to make any units that can hit under Swarm.
Is he doing the fantasy GG or is he trying to do a mech switch?
No, I think he's trying to mech switch. He has 2 factories.
He still got marines at the bottom of the ledge. He forgot about, I think.
Yeah, but in this scenario, I don't think they can do much. Marines just can't hit under Swarm. Although there doesn't seem to be anything under the Swarm. Except for a Defiler.
Yeah. I mean, that was damage, right? And Terran actually lifted all his barracks. That's a very good timing. Like, opportune timing right there.
He's not going to be able to replenish his infantry.
Also, pay attention to the map, like, the coverage. We see Zerglings basically on every expansion. So no cannon expansion this time. Zerg's actually learning.
That's very good play.
Yeah.
Especially against better Terrans when Terrans mech switch, they always will take other bases on the map.
Right, like the high ground ones especially.
Yeah, but having a Zerg there just kind of annoys them. It forces them to actually bring units up there.
Yeah, that Marine's ball is cleaned up. I wonder if this Terran is actually high key in his units. I'm noticing a lot of like miscontrols and just really late reaction. Generally, if you high key a unit and you move in time, Lurker shouldn't be able to kill Marines.
Yeah. Here comes another Zergling sneak around.
Right. Zerg is definitely a high key unit. You can tell by the number of Zergling and defilers. Every time it's like 11 Zergling and 1 defiler.
Ooh, nice play going off on the vessels.
Right.
And Terran just has no units. After lifting off his barracks, he can't replenish his army, and he's not building much from his factories either.
And we also have another Guardian coming. This time they're Science Vessels though. Maybe he'll be able to hold us off. If he doesn't die to Dark Swarm before that, I mean. And we also see a bunch of Ultras again, so yeah. The Zerg has his way and he's sticking by it.
Yeah, so against Dark Swarm, you almost always want your units out on the map so you can kite the Zerg back out of the Dark Swarm. Right. When you sort of haul yourself up at your natural here, basically just letting Zerg travel to your base for free and push in with Swarm.
Right. Normally, a Terran would have basically a bunch of Marines and Vultures. Well, in this case, he's going mech switch, right? It's at the top, at the bridge near the top right, and also another group near the bridge at the top and bottom right. And then there could be also drops coming and stuff like that. It's really annoying for Zerg to deal with. you would have to push the Terran army back on both ends, and then you would have to defend against any drop that comes your way. Uh,
Hmm.
it's just really annoying. Like basically split your attention into like 3 different areas. Well, 4 different areas if you can count both main as droppable.
Right. So Terran's only just now adding more factories, which I think is a little too late.
Yeah.
Because Zerg's been on 4 gas for some time now.
He's falling quite a lot, even though he's on 2 base.
Yeah, this might be a result of floating his barracks because he couldn't produce anything
Yeah.
for a while.
But if he's gonna go mix, which he's on 2 gas, and those minerals are not gonna disappear ever,
Yeah.
unless he wants to make like
Ooh,
5 million
Zerg
of those
just
vultures.
charges
Yeah.
in. Those vultures didn't even get a chance to lay their mines.
Yep,
That's gonna
GG's.
be GG.
Very nicely played by the Zerg. I would like to see Zerg moved up to tier 2 at least. Uh, if he keeps showing games like these, I don't think that these are fair for a player of his level. I'm gonna ask Paisan which level this is, but yeah, it doesn't look very fair to me. For
Yeah.
Terran, I think just a couple of things to work off, just basic builds and stuff, and um, keeping your macro up is a big one, and building placement is another huge one. He needs to learn how to where to place his barracks, his supply depot, and also his turrets.
Hmm.
Do you have anything to add?
I think Terran should also have a better grasp of how the gameplay flows for TVZ. Because as you can see, he basically has never left his base those 2 games, except for like
Yeah.
1 or 2 times.
The way
Terran normally, sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Terran normally can take map control during the mid game, and that's what lets them mech switch. But when you don't have map control, trying to mech switch off 2 gases is basically impossible.
Right. So from this Terran and the earlier Protoss connected, I feel like they kind of watch the game. They know how the game usually works. They watch this pro. It looks like. Um, so you see like Terran going for 5 racks, right? That's something you want to do. And then like once the father's out, he had vultures. That's also what you want to do. He just needs to be more active with them, right? You want to be laying mines near the Zerg's base, not let them push the father into your main like that. So and it's just if you just don't just pay attention to what pros do, pay attention to how they use their units as well. Uh, and generally when your race is the strongest is with 5 racks you want to be pushing out at around
Right.
you want to be pushing out around the mid game area in the 9 1/3. Same with the Protoss connected. Um, Connected. Oh, was that tier 1?
Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't know what tier that was. But for the Protoss player, he seems to know that he needed a Stargate, but he didn't actually scout. It was a really late Stargate, right? He didn't scout much with it, and he had no information with the probe beforehand. So I would like to see the Protoss just be more active scouting and see what his opponents are up to.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so that was tier 3. By San, I think, yeah, generally, I think both Zerg players are just really good. Especially the second guy. What was his name?
Which one?
Hebina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, George. Yeah, George was the second Zerg. Yeah, I think he could be tier 2. We'll have to see how he plays the other matchup and whether he repeats these. But
Yeah, I definitely want to see him match up against some maybe more skilled players to
Yep.
see how that affects his play.
Yeah, and he has a good showing. Look forward to seeing from him and the other players as well.